Hey traders, hope you all having an awesome weekend. So a weekend update, as usual, I'm going to give you something valuable to learn and educational stuff that will help you to take efficient trading decisions. So the first part of the video is going to be really beneficial for you. If you want to listen it, trust me, it's going to give you tons of knowledge to take efficient trading decisions. So before I continue, as you've already seen Rafael's analysis, he has recently joined Money Markers and he'll be working alongside with me, giving you analysis mostly over the weekend on Saturdays when I don't upload the videos, taking over on Saturdays to give you more value. As he also have a good amount of experience in the financial market and he's been working with the brokers from a couple of years. So if you have any trading related questions regarding brokerage, then he'll be covering all that for you. So starting the first part of the video. Now right here, if you see the chart in front of you and if I ask you where to buy or where to sell, not an easy question, right? You'll have no idea what to look to buy or to sell. Now if I give you the directions, something like this. Now at this point, you know where to buy and where to sell, right? You have your zones here to sell, you have a level of support here to buy, and along with that you have a trending market to buy in a trend, and you have one indicator which is your 50 EMA that keeps you with a trend of the market. And you know, until the price is in between the areas, all we are going to do is buying in an uptrend with conditions only, not blindly. So in trading, direction is very important, and a very small example here, let's say you want to go somewhere at a destination. The first thing you will do is pull up your sat nav, enter your postcode or enter the destination address, and it will give you the directions, all the left turns and right turns, and also give you the signal that you have a speed cameras ahead and you need to slow down. Here in the UK it tells us if you have a speed camera, so we prepare ourselves to slow down. So that is what the trading is all about. You need to see the direction of the market and you need to see the speed cameras, which is your support and resistance zone, and here you need to slow down when you are riding along with the trend. Slow down for the little hump and then continue to push up in a trend if the market is trending higher. So that is what I'm going to show you in this first part of the video. The trades I've sent to the members, the zones I've shown on my YouTube videos, and also sent to the members all the zones for indices, forex, commodities. I'm going to show you one by one very quickly so that you don't get bored. So starting with this pair, which is Canada CHF. Now if you look here, this pair was in consolidation from quite a while, and once we broke below this consolidation, then in that case we knew that if we get a pullback back to the zone, it is a chance that price will likely push lower. Why is that? Because when the price comes in the area of value, it gives you a signal either to push up or either to push lower. And when the price is in a process of a consolidation, then I give you a very small example of a meeting. Then we have a meeting between buyers and sellers that what's going to happen with the price. Does it need to be expensive or does it need to be cheaper? And then there comes in the decision that yes, the price of this particular asset should be cheaper, so let's start selling that. And once they decide, they broke below the consolidation right here with this big candle, we are now broken below. So we had now a technical signal that there comes in a decision that at the supply and demand zone, they want price of this particular asset to be cheaper and they push the price lower. Now we know the direction that price is now going to push down in a downtrend and keep on pushing lower. Right here, if you see, the price was pushing lower, then we had a little bounce, and then we had a consolidation, a decision made that the price of this particular asset should be cheaper again. Then we now broken below this low. Now once we have confirmed of the trend, all we are looking for sell trades and not blindly. And what are the conditions? If we get a pullback back to this decision zone, in this area we have a liquidity. It might be an orders of the institutions, it might be an orders of a retail traders, that if the price reaches to a certain level, they will start selling. And that is what our goal is, to ride along with them, not fighting against them. So that is what we need to identify, and we identified that this area was a level from where we can get a possible push down out of. Now right here, so if you see the report, I've been sending this report to my members in the priority group, that if the price comes to my level, then we'll start to look for a selling opportunities. Now, if you see here, the price is now inside a major area of resistance, and this is the area that has been tested multiple times as a support and resistance, and our valid trend continuation zone bearish mean we're going to push down in a trend, and trend is going to continue. So that is what we need to look at for selling opportunities. Now, we had a condition here that was sent to the members. They are prepared, and if you follow me on YouTube, you know how we take our entries from the area of value. Now, with that, once we had a condition, and that is how you learn. That is how you understand how I personally enter my trade. That is what you learn. You know how we take our trades. And if you are my full MMTA course student, I'm pleased to say that most of them, they are now a profitable trader and making money in the financial market. Now, right here, if you see, the trade alert was sent to the members that now as we are in the zone, and now as we got a signal which is a double top engulfing pattern right here, now this is time to take your trades. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to push lower in your directions all the time, but the odds are in your favor. We had a double top pattern in the area of value. We had a divergence in the RSI along with a double top pattern. That makes it a valid entry. That is how nicely the price pushed lower. I've managed this trade till 1.421, which is right here. And that was nice 45 pips take profit hit out of this pair. A good example of taking your trades with condition by understanding the price action, by looking at your directions without entering blindly or without starting your journey without your navigations. And these zones are your navigations. You know where to sell, where to buy, and this one single indicator will keep you along with the trend. If we are above, we are looking for buy trades. If we are below, we are looking for sell trades. But once we are in the area of value, doesn't matter if we are above that, we are looking for the counter trades. That is what we need to identify and know how to mark the support and resistance. And if you are my student in MMTA course, there you will learn how to mark support and resistance. And that is what I got lots of requests from the traders that they need to learn. And trust me guys, I have 6 to 7 lessons just to teach you how to mark support and resistance. What are the minor levels? What are the major levels? How to enter at the weaker level and how to enter at the strongest level. So that is what you're going to learn there. And that is something I can't explain in a single video. Now we have Euro Japanese yen. Now this is something exactly the same as the Canada CHF example. I've shown the trend continuation zone bearish where the price is in a downtrend and broke below in a continuation, and with a pullback we're going to enter the sell trade. Exactly the same example of Euro Japanese yen. Now if you see here, this pair recently broke above our major level. Now once this major level is broken, what's going to happen? This level will become a level of support in a continuation, not a counter trading level. It is a level of support in a continuation that if we get a pullback to this level, we will have a buyers sitting here to push the price higher. That is likely. Now we were prepared for that, and if you look here, we have a nice pullback. We did not enter buy trade here. We did not enter buy trade here. We did not enter buy trade here. But where did we enter? We entered at the area of value. If you look here, we got a nice double bottom pattern. Now if you are my student in MMTA, you know a valid condition. If you are my priority member from a couple of months or for a while, then you know how to enter double bottoms. It still didn't hit my profit, but let's see how it goes. But still pushing up nicely from my trend continuation zone bullish. A good example of entering a trade with this patience, and once we are here, then the money start kicking in. We have entered the trade with all the confluence, which is a divergence in the RSI with a double bottom pattern with a bullish engulfer. We are now in the area of value. Then what is stopping us to take our trade? What is going to happen in the worst case scenario? In the worst case scenario, we have a stop loss set that will prevent us to blow the accounts and then move ahead to look for next opportunity. So a good example of that, entering your trades with conditions from the area of values. Then we have natural gas, the zone sent to the members that if the price comes in the zone, forms some sort of condition, in that case I will look to enter my buy trades with entry conditions on smaller time frame. Now here on capital.com, we are in the zone right here, and we were prepared to enter from this area of value. Now, I've already shown you the example of a valid trade from the area of value. If you see, we are now in a downtrend from quite a while, and now price comes in the area of value. With that, we have a nice 382 candle followed by bullish engulfing pattern, and that was mentioned in my YouTube video, and that hit your take profit. That is what we need to capture, these bounce from the area of value. And then we had a nice swing high bearish engulfing pattern, a trade alert sent to the members right here. If you see on the screen, we entered here on this candle, and that is what we need to capture, the move, a nice push down after taking the profits I've just shown on capital.com, profit on a buy, and then we had a signal to sell as we are now trending lower. When the price is trending lower, all we need to do, capture this bounce from the area of value, and then the price is likely going to ride along with the trend. After, if you get a signal right here, we got a signal, price is going to likely push lower, and that is how we entered the sell trade as well. A good example of that. I'm going to go through full analysis of natural gas in a very short while in the second part of the video. We have one indices here. We've been waiting for the price to come in the area of value from quite a while, and this for the zone sent to the members right here. If you see on the screen, on 14th of January, I've sent this zone to members that if the price pulls back to the area of value, we're going to enter our buy trades. Now, right here, the support zone was sent. You see the number here, we had a bullish engulfer on a daily time frame. Along with that, we had a bullish engulfer on 4-hour time frame. Both time frames has a valid aggressive entry, and how nicely the price action push higher. We did not enter here. We entered here at the area of value. Now, if you remember the example of Canada CHF, after the consolidation right here, price decided to push lower in a downtrend, and then it comes in the area of value, and there we have a counter trading zone there. We were prepared and sitting to enter our buy trade, and how nicely the price pushed higher from the area of value, and that is how we need to trade with directions. Now I want to show you one more commodity, which is corn. Now if you remember in my last weekend's video, I was already in this trade somewhere here, and I've already mentioned that I'm waiting how the price action goes. Now if you see here, my take profit has been hit here. As I've shown you in my last weekend's video, the price did not hit my take profit at that time, but this week it pushed up, and this was a zone sent to the members that I'll be looking to enter my buy trades once the price hit the area of value. Not just hitting the area of value, but with that gives me a signal, which is right here, a double bottom pattern with this nice pin bar, and that pushed the price higher. A nice hit of take profit that would have easily hit 1.4 to 1 as well if you would have managed this trade. So you see the power of entering your trades with conditions, with confluence, with directions, and without directions you are just trading blindly. Then my favorite pair, USD Japanese Yen. Nowadays this pair is my favorite pair as it is running really nicely technically. Now this was a zone sent to the members 15th of January that I'll be looking at this level to take my sell trades. Right here we have a valid trend continuation zone bearish, and I'll be looking to enter my sell trades on smaller time frame. Now if you look here, the price hit my area of value, forms a nice swing high bearish engulfing pattern. I've entered right here, little bit higher at the better price, a bit late, but I was still within my entry area. So I've entered here, and if you look here, a nice take profit of 120 pips has been hit easily, and that is how we make money in the financial market. I did not enter sell trade here, looking at overbought situation in the RSI with the fear or with the news that price of Japanese yen is very high, start selling here. But once I see a signal, which is right here, I entered my trade right here, and then the price pushed lower easily and now pushing higher. Now that is what we need to capture, these big moves. Cut your profit and let the price run in a trend and look for your next opportunity. Now I want to give you a reality check as well. Now doesn't mean that every time the price hits your zone it will always push in your direction. Now this was zone sent to the members last week as well, and we had a valid condition, a swing high bearish engulfing pattern, a valid entry, and that would have hit your stop loss right here. And that is what you need to understand. Having a stop loss is very important, and if you have not trading with a stop loss, then imagine how many nice opportunity you could have missed if you just blow up your account just in one single trade. A good example here, a stop loss would have been hit easily here if you have entered this trade. So not everything is 100%. In trading you have losses and profits, but our goal is to capture as much as profit as possible with a better risk to reward ratio. So a very good week so far. In the priority group we had 3 trades sent, 2 of them hit take profit, 1 is still running, and let's see how it goes. I will mention that in my next weekend's video. On that note, let's start our analysis with natural gas, gold, silver, crude oil. I'm also going to go through DXY today as well. Starting with natural gas. So what do we have right here? So as mentioned in my last video, that if the price forms a double bottom pattern, comes in the area of rejection, which is right here in red, right here the number if you see in blue, we are now in the area of value with this bullish candle. Or if we have a bounce from here, right here, this is my rejection zone, something like this. Now, if I see a rejection here with a strong entry condition like bullish engulfer, something like this, or a strong 382 candle, in that case we can expect another bounce and a valid double bottom pattern will be formed, and we can expect a good bounce. Stop loss can be below, take profit 1.421, 121, that's totally up to you. Now if you have already entered this trade before the candle is closed, that is also fine, because as now we have a close of this candle. But I wouldn't do that. I would wait for the price to close and give me a signal like bullish engulfer. Now this little candle is not a 382 candle. If that was a 382 candle, then that would be a valid entry. And if you look here from low to high, the body is not above 382 retracement, so not a valid entry here, but this is something I call a valid double bottom pattern. Now we had a valid entry here, and we have a likely chance that price will push higher from here. I would keep my stop loss below this rejection box somewhere. Take profit is totally up to you. You can go initially 1 ATR, which is 5, and you can manage it till 1.421 risk to reward ratio. That's totally up to you. Now that doesn't mean the price will reverse. That is possible, but if it does, then all you need to do, you manage your trades. I would personally go 1 ATR and then manage my trades wherever I want to. I will also want to see how the price opens. If it opens gap above somewhere here, then I would wait for the price to come back to my entry point for me to enter my trade. If it opens somewhere gap down, that is good, because then I will get a better price to enter my trade. So a valid condition, we had a double bottom pattern that is valid with the bullish engulfer. We had a divergence in the RSI as well, and if you see here, price is making lower lows and RSI making higher lows, making this a valid bullish divergence and shows a weakening in bearish momentum. So we have a likely chance that price will now bounce, and that bounce should be enough to hit our targets, and then we will look for the next condition. What's going to happen if broke above 50 EMA, then I will look at the zone above for my next sell trade. Now I will mark the zones again in my next video, and I will give you the fresh zones, but for now just look for this condition and enter at your own risk. This is one of my valid condition. I would enter my trade and see how the market will open, and once it opens I will enter my trade accordingly. Below, then I will enter below somewhere if opened above, and I will wait for the price to come down to my entry point to take my trade. So valid condition. Let's see how it goes once the price open, and we have a good example of a valid double bottom pattern with the divergence in the RSI as well. We are now in the area of value as well. I've already shown you the videos in the first part how the confluence of trading in the area of value once we have a conditions like this. So I hope you have learned something from the first part of the video. A very good example here in the live market, and let's see how it goes. And very important to keep your stop loss and take profit both, because not having your take profit is as risky as not placing your stop loss. So here on EMEX, if you're wondering, we do not have any pattern, but we do have a pattern on capital.com. That is what I will look, and that is how I will enter. And of course, if the price push higher, it will also push higher on this platform, but we can get a possible push up and then a pullback, and then I'll start to look for my pullback entry bullish. If you are trading on this platform and waiting for the condition here, then the condition here would be a break above this high to look for my next pullback entry bullish. And if we have a double top here with the rejection, in that case we will have a possible sell signal. So don't get confused with the double bottom on capital.com. I will still enter my double bottom once the market is open to take my trade. And that push up there will be a possible condition here on double top. Wick can go above, and then the price can close back down, and that will also make this a valid double top pattern. So keep an eye here. I'm now expecting a push up out of a natural gas. Now here on Awanda, exactly the same as on capital.com. It did not hit the zone, but we do have a double bottom pattern which is valid. I personally want to see a double bottom at the area of value, but looking at again on capital.com, we are in the area of value, and if you look back, that is still an area of value which is right here. So using some discretion, we are now in the minor zone and we have a possible chance that price will push higher. I'll keep my stop loss below, take profit. I've already mentioned how to enter your trade, and 1 ATR or 1.4 to 1 will be my targets for natural gas. Next we have gold. Gold is pushing lower, and at this point I can see a bearish engulfing candle. Not a very strong signal because I want to see a complete break below this low to take my next pullback entry. But looking at the fact we broke above 50 EMA and then broke back below 50 EMA, and then we had this bearish condition, looking at that, we can expect a price to push down at least $7. That is what the ATR is telling us, which is till 2010.84, and then I will see if the price push to this level, which is my rejection box right here, 2002.22, that goes up to 2007.05. If we have a push down here, then we have a valid double bottom pattern and exactly the same condition as natural gas. If we have a bullish engulfers, 382 candles within this zone, in that case we will have a valid double bottom and price will likely push higher. If broke below without any condition, then we have a possible fall to the zone below in green, which I'm going to mention in my next video. Silver is trading above 50 EMA, and at this point we still do not have any sort of condition. For my next condition, I want to see a break above this high and then a possible pullback and then bullish engulfing pattern. Now this is one of my rule. That is why I want to see a break above this high to take my next pullback entry, or if we have a push down equal to this low, in that case we will have a valid double bottom pattern. So keep an eye here. These are the conditions I'll be looking at. We do not have any sort of signal here on silver. All I'm waiting for the signal to break above this high to take my buy trade, or I want to see a good fall to this area to see my next buy trade if we have a condition here at the minor anchor level. So these are the conditions I'll be looking at for my next possible trade. Then we have crude oil, nicely pushed up, I've been predicting, and that take profit has been hit right here. As mentioned in my last few videos, we have a valid pullback entry bullish, no sell condition here, and then the price broke above this anchor level, and let's remove this level from here, as now we do not need this level. So at this point, price is now inside of level of major resistance. I've been mentioning that from last couple of weeks, which is to 78.06, that goes up to 79.97. Now at this point, all I want to see a condition within this area that can be bearish engulfers or double top pattern. That can happen at the upper level or anywhere in between the area of value. All I want to see bearish engulfers in this zone or double top pattern in this zone, inverted hammers in this zone, or 382 candle bearish in this zone. So once I see a condition, this is now my selling area. We also have an overbought situation in the RSI. So in combination of a bearish signal, that we will have a strong entry condition. So now we can expect a good push down from this area at least till 20 or 50 EMA. Once we have a condition, I will go short till 50 EMA or 20 EMA, then look for next buying condition here to take another long and possible formation of double top, which I'm going to mention in my upcoming videos. So these are conditions I'll be looking at. Wait for the conditions, be patient. Once we have a conditions, only then enter your trades. Last one, we have DXY. So DXY is now pushing higher. I've already sent the zones to my members in my last report that we are now looking at this level above, which is 104.20, that goes up to 104.65, a level from where I'm expecting a good push down. So in case you are using DXY for your trading, for your market dynamics colorations, then this is the level you need to see from where you can expect a good push down. So for now, I'm expecting a price to push up to this level and then fall from this area of value. So that's it for commodities, guys. Hope you got a value. If yes, hit a like button for me. Subscribe if you're new so that we can all trade together and trade efficiently. Hope you trade green rest of the week. See you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.